You're told to earn money, save it, and get out of debt. But what if that advice is a trap? What if our entire financial system is engineered to keep you in debt while creating new money from thin air every day? In the next few minutes, we're pulling back the curtain on the debt-based economy they never taught you in school and revealing the rules the wealthy use to win. It feels like you're on a financial hamster wheel, and that's by design. You work hard, but the mortgage, car payments, and credit card bills never get lighter. You try to save, but inflation eats it away. Then you see headlines about the government's staggering debt. In early 2026, the U.S. national debt surged past $38.5 trillion. That figure, which averages out to over $113,000 for every person in the country, is growing by billions every day. They want you to believe that all debt, yours and the government's, is a personal failing, but that's a lie. Debt isn't a bug in the system, it's the most critical feature. Our economy requires a constant and growing supply of debt just to function. To understand how, let's go back to the original bankers, the goldsmiths. People stored gold with them for safekeeping and received paper IOUs in return. Soon, these paper receipts were traded as money, trusted because they were backed by real gold. But the goldsmiths discovered a secret. Only a few people ever claimed their gold at once. So they started a scam. They issued more receipts than they had gold, lending these new notes to people for interest. They were creating money from nothing. This scam was eventually legalized and became what we call fractional reserve banking. The only difference today is that our money isn't backed by gold at all. When a bank gives you a loan, they aren't lending you someone else's savings. They simply type numbers into your account. New money is created out of thin air, born from debt. In March of 2020, the Federal Reserve even cut the reserve requirement for U.S. banks to 0%, proving our money is created on demand. But here's the trap. Say you borrow $300,000 for a house. Over 30 years, you might pay back $600,000 with interest. As you repay the original $300,000 principal, that money is destroyed. It vanishes from the money supply. But what about the other $300,000 for interest? The loan created the principal, but it never created the money needed to pay the interest. That money has to come from the rest of the economy or from someone else taking out a new loan. This forces the entire system into a spiral. To pay off all the interest on all existing debt, we must collectively take on more debt forever. It's a treadmill that only gets faster. It's infuriating when you finally see it, isn't it? If your blood is boiling and you're ready to learn the real rules of money, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are just getting started. So if the system is a trap, how do you escape? By learning the rule the wealthy already know, the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is what most people have. It's borrowing to buy things that lose value and drain your wallet. Car loans, credit card balances, and even the mortgage on the house you live in. It's consumption debt, and it keeps you poor. Good debt is the weapon of the wealthy. It's borrowing the bank's manufactured money to buy assets that generate cash flow. For example, using a loan to buy a rental property where the tenant's rent covers the mortgage and still leaves you a profit. You're using the bank's money to buy an income machine that someone else pays for. While the masses work to pay off bad debt, the rich use good debt to buy assets that work for them. The idea that money is scarce is a lie. Money is created from debt every day. The system wasn't designed for you to be debt-free. It was built to run on an endless cycle of expanding debt. But this knowledge isn't a reason to give up. It's your call to action. Once you know the game is rigged, you can learn to rig it in your favor. The path forward isn't saving devalued dollars. It's learning to use the system to acquire assets that pay you instead of liabilities that drain you. They don't teach this in school because a population of obedient debtors is easier to control. But now you know the truth, and that knowledge is power.